This is a joyous occasion. The return of J-Lo.
It's a joyous occasion for you because you didn't have to go see this piece of shit. You had a backup plan.
Oh, well, yeah.
Oh, come on.
I left the state to avoid this movie. And believe me, you have plenty of cushion to back up on that shit.
Not you too, Corey.
Man,
Stop it. You know what? I'm sick of y'all talking bad about her.
I'm not talking bad about her. I'm
He's saying her
happy-
butt is big and he likes it that way.
Hell yeah.
Okay,
I'm happy
all
to
right.
see J-Lo back and that ass return.
Yeah,
I've been
she's-
missing that. I mean, really, when I heard she made another movie, I was the only thing that had me disappointed is that she ain't wearing a thong or naked in this film.
Man, honestly, disappointed in this movie because, the whole idea is that she's getting pregnant through the whole movie. It might as well be that John Hughes film, about she's having
having
a
a
baby
baby,
or whatever.
9
but
months
there's
or
a point
something
where
like
she's
that.
complaining, like, my ass used to look better than this. It's too big. And I'm looking at it, it's like, man, that looks like a perfect ass to me.
No,
Exactly.
they actually dedicate a small part of this movie to her ass.
It is.
Where they
It's called the whole movie.
It's called the backup plan.
they actually have pictures for you.
Use to back that up over here.
Yeah, I'm about to say the original title of this movie was The Back.
The Back, yeah, right.
But it's not. And so in this film, the reason why you're saying it's kind of like a John Hughes film is because she is older now, and she's like 40 in this
Yeah,
film.
she's just hideous.
No, I'm not.
No.
I didn't say she was.
No. She's fine.
I gotta
She's
say,
fucking
man,
fine in this movie.
She's one of those women to me that she gets sexier the older she gets.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how she does that.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, you were single, don't have a kid. Do you know how many people are waiting to impregnate your ass at this point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I don't think you can actually impregnate her ass. You might try
No.
Hey, man,
incessantly.
I thought it was
I would
already
try
impregnated.
enough until make sure it happens.
I bought tickets myself.
That's the only really thing. I'm watching this trailer because you're right. I didn't see the movie. She's like, at this point, I thought I'd be married and have a couple little ones. I'm like, shit, I've been waiting to make an octomom out of your ass. I mean, I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll tell you, age may make her look better, but it certainly doesn't make her act better. I'll say that.
Well,
And you know what? I thought she was fine.
Well, in this movie, she since she's not married and can't find a guy to, in this particular world, get her pregnant, she
this
goes
fantasy
in this
universe.
fantasy.
Yeah, right.
There is an explanation for that.
Okay, well,
Hobbits and elves.
yeah.
But yeah, her being the Mexican Sandra Bullock / Jennifer Aniston, somehow she can't find a boyfriend. As hot as she looks, she can't find a boyfriend.
I know.
I'll
don't know what
spoil it.
universe
I'll
this
spoil
is.
it. She has a dick.
I knew it. She has a sex change, and then so in the film she goes. I'm taking from the trailer that she goes for artificial insemination.
Yeah.
And so she's decided to be a single mom. She's like, all right, I'm obviously not going to meet Mr. Right. I'm just going to settle with having a kid. She runs into this guy, keeps running into this guy over and over again. It's all
She
accidental.
runs into a stalker, practically.
Is he stalking her?
Seriously, dude, it's one of these things where, like, if this guy wasn't handsome, she'd have called the cops on him right away. He'd had a restraining order on him before he even got back home.
It is one of those Hollywoodisms where in real life, it wouldn't matter if he was good looking or not.
That's true.
It would be creepy and anyone would be kind of scared and
It's a real
and
turn
fucked
off.
up about it. And in the movie world, of course, no. It's like, oh, you know.
I thought all guys acted like that. That's how I act. I
I do
usually
like-
stalk my prey.
Which is why you often get restraining orders. You see how that works?
They just want an autograph.
Looking at this movie, the trailer for this, I was thinking like, with him running into her over and over again, that is kind of stalkerish. And you're right. I mean,
Yeah.
in movie land like this, you can get away with, I don't know, at work slapping a girl's ass or stalking her from place to place, as long as you look good. I mean, if there was a Friday the 13th movie, if Jason looked like George Clooney, chicks would be running into his knife.
Of course.
He couldn't keep him away. He'd be like, damn, why do people keep running to my fucking machete here?
in the movies, it's like, oh man, he just loves her just so much, just too much. In real life, it's O.J. Simpson.
Yeah. I love you so much, but you better not ever fucking walk away from me.
Not to-
See,
this
he's
film
dedicated.
isn't made at all for men, okay? Not even slightly, and I'll tell you why. Because she finds out after she's got together with this guy, she thinks, well, screw it, I got inseminated, I'm not gonna be pregnant. What are the odds? She finds out that she is pregnant after they've already gotten serious,
Yeah.
and she's like, oh man, I got to tell this guy, and she makes the biggest possible mistake. She has sex with him. And then immediately afterwards tells him she's pregnant.
Yeah.
If she had told him before, he would have been like, yeah, whatever, okay.
Yeah. He doesn't mean like way before, like right before, like
Yeah.
at the point where he's got the condom on.
Yeah.
Seriously, ladies, if you got some bad news to tell your man, you wait till he has the condom on and your legs are spread open. Then you can tell him whatever it is. He's gonna say, I don't care. It's cool. We'll
Right,
work
yeah.
it out.
It's cool. We'll find a way to make it work.
You're like, you just up there humping it. Honey,
That's all right.
I have to tell you, I've killed 20 people in 13 states. That's
Yeah.
all right. We'll talk about it afterwards.
You weren't gonna kill me, right? Okay, it's cool. It's cool. We'll work it out.
The only way you're going to stop me is if you tell me you have a penis. But that's it.
And even then, if
And
you're
even
like,
then, if you're already in the middle of it.
yeah, you're like, you know what? At this point, what difference does it make? The deed is done. I might as well at least finish.
I always finish what I start.
Honey, I got to tell you, that's the finest tuck I've ever seen before. I can't feel the difference.
Boy, you're talented.
You know, I mean, here's the thing. So this guy's in a situation. He can walk away. She's
Free pass.
clearly unbalanced. She's begging him to walk away. She's going, look, seriously, I get it. It's cool. You can go. And he's like, "Ugh," and he'll get mad, and then he'll come back. Okay, let's make this work. Why? You just met this girl. Walk. No, shit, fuck walk. Run. Away. So where are we supposed to connect with this couple and this guy, other than being some dreamlike fantasy thing, you know? I mean, there's nothing real about it.
Well, the thing is, you're absolutely right. That's a huge stumbling block. I mean, as much as somebody might want to be like, hey, I'm not going to be one of these asshole guys who runs out on you, there's a point where reality would hit, and you're just like, look, this is bad for everybody concerned. But the fact is, him sticking in, they go through it like, okay, well now the movie shifts into gears of, now we're going to be like a real couple going through pregnancy, especially with some guy who wasn't prepared for it, who didn't want it. It'll be going on a good clip, and then they'll get into something just really silly and stupid and slapstick and farcical. And it's like, man, y'all built up a lot of goodwill with me, and now you're shitting all over it.
No, it turns into The Odd Couple with Jennifer Lopez. I mean, that's all it is. And
I couldn't get the goodwill. Where did that happen? At best, it's forgettable. At its best moments, you're like, well, everybody's inoffensive. And that's the best thing I can think to say
Well, it
about
seems like, okay, let's look at this movie from the angle of that it is a romantic comedy. I mean, these movies are not meant to make any sense. When something happens where, well, you know, most guys would probably run, or people would miscommunicate, or things could be worked out simply. It's meant to just have these people go through obstacles so that they can actually come back and make the love stronger and make all the women in the audience walk out saying, well, I hope I can find a situation like that.
Well, the goodwill comes from it not doing so many things that these other movies have done that have been stupid to the point of being offensive. I mean, it stumbles for sure, and it's not very funny. I mean, that's probably the biggest problem, is that most of what's supposed to be funny isn't so much. Anthony Anderson comes on for 2 scenes, and he steals those scenes. Matter of fact, he actually gives some genuine, hearty laughs. And
I agree.
It's only those 2, but those are good laughs.
What's it like, the whole kid thing? The best way I can describe it is, it's awful, 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 awful. And then something incredible happens. And then awful, 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 awful. And something incredible happens again. It's like this all day, every day, man. I feel like I'm drowning, like I'm gasping to get my old life back, and then a small moment happens that's so magical, so life-affirming that it makes it all worthwhile. This would be the best thing you ever do.
Dada.
Hey, son.
I guess this would be that moment, huh?
Yeah, this would be it. Hey, what do you have there, son?
Poo-poo.
Well, almost.
You know, it's made for that Lifetime female audience, and it does it. But I think it stays level, and it doesn't just dip to the point where I'm like, come on already.
And the couple exceptions are the scenes that felt completely added on with Anthony Anderson that are just like, let's give the guys something to connect with, which is literally exactly what those are. And then scenes where they amp it up for the movies by having gross out jokes. I mean, there's like a major gross sequence at a birthing scene that I don't even want to describe to you. That was almost enough to make me just walk out.
You know, the only reason why
really? It wasn't like The Thing. Now, come on.
I wouldn't have walked out of The Thing.
I know, you make it sound like an alien baby.
I know.
Like,
it wasn't that bad.
Jennifer Lopez gave birth to The Thing.
It's like right now you're not helping it. You're actually selling this movie, because I know there's like a lot of kids out there going,
true.
whoa, what the fuck? You telling me something to explode? I'm fucking seeing that. I don't care who's in it.
You make it sound like tentacles came out of J-Lo's vagina or something.
Looking for Kurt Russell to come in and destroy it.
No, only Japanese people who like really weird and obscure porn sites might actually like this sequence.
Well, you know something? I mean, the way you're making this sound is like, again, co-host is right. You're kind of selling it, because you're saying like these characters aren't bad. They're okay. I mean, they actually have. And by the way, gross out jokes for Birth, those don't really bother me that much because I don't think there's enough of those because I think people try to make Birth look kind of more beautiful than it is. It's nasty.
No,
Yeah,
you
man, but the
make
scene he's talking about, when I talk about it losing me, that was where it did it. Where it's like, look, there's going to be things about Birth that aren't pretty, but they amped it up to a ridiculous degree.
Yeah, they-
But you know, for somebody like me who just would not fucking be caught dead in a movie like this, I mean, that scene actually helped me get through it because I was like, all right, this I can understand. Their reactions is pretty much how I always thought situations like this, like natural childbirth, would be. It should be that fucking ridiculous because the idea of it is that ridiculous. And I thought it was the only part in the movie that I actually thought was hilarious.
Well,
No,
Corey,
natural childbirth isn't quite like that. I mean, these
Oh, wait,
people,
you've done it?
these are people who are hippies. I mean, they take it like the most extreme of the extreme, and then pushing it.
So we
beyond
already
that.
talking about nasty people before Birth. We talking about
Exactly.
nasty, smelly, probably got unshaven legs and armpits.
but Corey, you make
Well-
an
I thought you
interesting.
didn't see this movie.
well, I'm just
You make an interesting point, Corey, earlier with what you said. It's the movie isn't selling you on childbirth because I don't think this movie would make anyone want to get pregnant afterwards.
Right.
The whole film, I mean, anyone, man or woman.
The thing that's the most important for me is that your two main leads get along. And Jennifer Lopez, while she's made a lot of movies that I hate, I think that she has been somebody who's been capable of being a good leading lady. This guy Alex Laughlin in the trailer that I saw looked like he was holding his own with her, and it looked like they had okay chemistry.
I didn't feel the chemistry. I genuinely did not at all. It all felt like they were reading from a script. I never felt like they really genuinely liked each other at all.
All right.
Well, I guess I disagree with it. I mean, the way they had them pushed together, like we said before, it was just too movie, and in real life, it just wouldn't work that way. Matter of fact, the guy's irritating. But the longer they are together, the more it seems to work. I mean, it felt organic after a while, especially
Beat down your defense.
the deeper they get into it. It was done in a, for this type of movie, realistic way. And I really just watching J-Lo in this, I'm like, you know what? She just doesn't get, like, there's no difference between her and Sandra Bullock. She just hasn't been given that role that, would allow her to do more.
I got your back, dude. All right, because I agree. I thought towards the latter part of the film, it felt like they had some chemistry, even though it was a bit clunky in the beginning. And yeah, that's kind of where this movie it helps that story. But once again, it's a little too late towards the end where I still don't really care about the situation
True.
and what's going on with the characters.
Screw it sucks. It's about a bunch of
I'm
pregnant,
sorry, man.
whiny chicks.
You can't deal with life. But we're sort of forgetting one of the biggest things about this movie, and that it's got somewhat exaggerated cameos from Tom Bosley, Richie Cunningham's
God.
dad.
Richard, who?
Richie Cunningham from Happy Days.
Yeah.
Happy Days.
I didn't tell you
wait a minute.
this was a zombie film.
I was about to say that guy's not dead.
Yeah,
He's like
exactly.
96 years. No. I think he is, and somehow they use animatronics.
No.
Because man, I'm
They-
serious, dude.
they
He
did a
first
Weekend
comes
at
on,
Bernie's.
and
That's
you
what they
see-
did.
Yeah, because you see him, and you're like, wait,
That can't
he looks
possibly
familiar.
be Tom
you hear
Bosley.
You hear his voice. You're like, holy shit! What'd they do to him? It's like it really looks like they literally dug him out of his grave
You know
and said,
what?
we gotta have it.
It's almost like James Cameron's looking at that like, damn, knows some good CG
I
effects.
know. It's not Tom Bosley. It's not dead. It's Jim Henson that's not dead.
I think I found a movie that trumped Benjamin Button. I mean, as far as like recreating an old.
And Linda Lavin.
Linda Lavin.
Lavin,
You know,
yeah.
who played was Alice. in
Alice.
TV.
Yeah.
I mean, she's still alive too.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
his girlfriend in the movie, and just like
Wow.
watch him. Like at first, he's like, "Who is she? Oh, gee, how old am I? I gotta check my hand." For
That
other
was
spots.
that was one of the biggest oh fuck moments in this
Yes,
film
it
for me.
was.
Realizing that was Alice on the screen. I was like, wait a minute, why does this person seem so familiar yet? Wait, Alice, it's Alice.
A lot of kids are like Alice. No, we ain't talking about Alice in
No,
Wonderland.
no,
anything. We're
no,
talking
no.
about there used to be a show called Alice back in the 70s.
which is based on a movie.
Yeah, and that's where the expression "kiss my grits" came
Yeah.
from, and I think Alice was about 50-something years old back then. Now,
But she was cute back then.
actually, no, she's
Yeah.
not.
She's only in her 40s.
He was in her 40s back then. So
But now she's like 103 or something.
No.
She's like
sped up.
really
No,
fake
she-
bleach blonde hair.
Well,
she's looking like
70 because Tom Bosley's 96.
And,
that chick is looking like the Emperor from Star Wars. I mean, she really is. Her face is sagging. The sad thing about that whole storyline is that he's been engaged for like 20 years, and he's about to. Yeah, the thing is that Jennifer Lopez's mother, played by Alice.
Grandmother.
Yeah, grandmother, played by Alice. She also has problems with commitment. And the thing is, she's been engaged with this old guy for like 20
she's
years.
been stringing him along.
Yeah,
for 20
stringing him along
years.
for this
20
long.
years.
Yeah.
The depressing thing is,
Yeah.
like, man, dude's 96 years old. He still hasn't learned to dump this bitch. Seriously, get rid of her.
I
Kick
know.
her to the curb.
And that's,
In the movie, he's actually probably about 50. She just wore his ass down.
yeah, and
I know, right?
And all you can think is like, I'm sorry, Jennifer Lopez also has this dumbass gene. It's like this is probably
know.
going to happen to her too.
So in the DVD, when this comes out, if I pause it just right, I can see the Grim Reaper in the background. Pretty much. Waiting on time.
You don't even need to pause it.
Yeah, looking at us watching like, damn, man, well, you need to help film this movie because we got to go. But yeah, Robert Klein is also in the movie.
Yes,
I know.
he is.
Yeah.
Who looks the same age as he did
I
20
know.
years ago?
He's the one that's
I won't
sucking
go
the
that
life.
far.
Yeah. Well, he's sucking the life force out of Tom Bosley. That's why.
Or maybe out of Jennifer Lopez's vagina, because every time we see him in this film, he's between her legs.
That's true. He's a gynecologist.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, in the movie
yeah,
he
he
is?
has the best job on the set.
Yeah, he does.
actually, he was pretty funny. In
He
that.
was.
Yeah.
He was. He was one of the few high points of this film.
In his contract, it says Jennifer Lopez's panties actually do have to come off when I'm playing this role. But no, so you know what? I mean, I can kind of see where this is going. I'm gonna take a guess here. Can I play a game?
Okay, play a game.
Can I say co-host Rennell, Leon Rennell, Cyrus bullshit?
You got me. You pegged me. It has like maybe 4 good lines in the whole movie. That ain't enough to raise it above bullshit.
Okay.
Yeah, you got me, Rennell. I mean, I wish I could give it more. There's a point where I hated it first, and then later I was rooting for it, but it never really rises above a Rennell. It's a good Rennell, but a Rennell.
I will have to say, and don't be shocked, Leon, some old bullshit. Only
What?
Yeah, wait a minute. Y'all talking about me?
Wow,
No.
what the hell just happened?
No, only-
Been at you this whole time, and now you come to agree with him.
But even though I defend, now I have to admit, being a part of this review is, I feel like I've been on.
Living in a cuckoo clock.
I feel like I've been on The View, just talking about problems with woman problems and being
I know.
pregnant.
It's freaking
But,
me out. I thought somebody injected the both of you with estrogen before we
But yeah.
started this.
even though there were little tidbits of this movie that I'm like, okay, they're doing this competently, it doesn't mean that the rest of the film is competent, at least to me, to where, half the time I'm scratching my head going, fuck, this is one of those days where you just say, I fucking hate my job because I got to be in this theater watching this shit with a gaggle of women just, laughing away right behind me, where I'm like, I just don't get this. I've seen this a billion times by accident. And
what made you watch this a billion times?
because certain fucking girls I hang out with that make me watch this kind of shit. I'm no idiot, I think about the outcome, the goal of why I watch
just ran
something
out on
like
all
this.
your babies.
You know something? That blow up dog can't see the movie.
Look, all right. Don't you why you got to tell these fucking assholes about that? Now I'm gonna get shit all year about it.
He's preparing for his own movie. He was doing research.
It's been done a billion times, and it's going to be done a billion more because fucking women keep getting pregnant, unfortunately. So
Yeah, they
I
need
give
to
it some
cut
old,
that shit out.
I give it some old bullshit because it's not meant for me.
I love
and-
this
and-
review. This is why
don't
you are here,
care.
because of your outlook on life. You know what?
Hey, I gave it some old bullshit too.
Well,
What the hell?
but you're excuse me, cause I love your reviews because sometimes they just come out of nowhere with craziness. I mean, it's like, what, this movie's gonna be made a billion times more because chicks keep having fucking babies because the human race won't become extinct.
I'm getting,
going.
yeah. I'm getting tired hearing about it, reading about it, and watching movies about it.
You need to get back to work on that
Sorry.
Matrix.
The whole time I'm sitting here, I am thinking about a guy on top of a chick and just not giving up no matter what news you get. Girl can tell this guy, like, I have something to tell you. I have a twin sister, and the mutant just pops out her chest. And the guy's like, hey, you know what?
hey.
I always want a threesome with twins.
It's true, man. You could be fucking her and Kawadu comes out. You'd be like,
right.
well, I'm almost done.
This is more than you bargained for. It's more than I bargained for.